So yeah, let me just introduce myself. My name is Edward, as you probably already
Hello,
know.
sir.
Hello.
Do you have an idea where I am? Did they explain to you?
The Amigo.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm in Korea right now. I'm actually here to study, but I've been with ICAN since 2017. So
Wow.
Miss Gemma is also even with ICAN for even longer than 2000. I think she's here 2015. I'm not sure, but yeah, that's what I know. So yeah, the thing is, I'm here to study. Probably I'll be back in the Philippines after 2 years. So you get to like hear a lot from me because I'll be managing the academy, but from here, and then yeah. So Miss Gemma will be working with you guys more often since she's actually the secretary, and of course Sir Bruce and Miss Nicole are also there to guide you. Okay. So currently, what I would like to like know more about you guys because this is the first day that you'll be talking to each other. So
Uh,
kindly introduce yourself and yeah.
can you go first?
All right. I'll introduce myself first, Sir Edward. Yeah, my name is Jetro Orlando V. Murillo. I studied uh, I studied in Far Eastern University.
Mm,
I have a degree with international studies.
okay.
Graduated last 2017. So my first of all, I have a previous experience with an ESL company. I am also an online English teacher at Saitama Online English.
Okay, that's
In
nice. Mm-hmm.
yes, that was 6 months.
Saitama. So that is
And
that the Japanese academy?
yes,
I see.
correct.
Okay, okay. And
And
then
then uh and then I live in Quezon City. Uh
oh, we're in
I
QC.
live
Uh-huh.
in Barangay Central near in UP Diliman.
Okay. All right. I'm from
Uh,
Project 4, so that's also a little
oh,
yeah, near UP Ateneo. But anyway, yeah, okay. All
nice.
right. Nice to meet you, Jethro. Jethro, right? Jethro.
Yes. Thank you, sir, Lord.
And
Pleased to
then,
meet you.
yes, go ahead.
Okay. My name is Eleanor Marcos.
Mhm.
You can call me Nori. Um, I, I, s- I had been teaching for 15 years.
Mhm.
15 years. Uh-huh.
But yes, but it was in a private elementary school, so it's it has a small population. I've been teaching English and science and in that school.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah,
All right.
and I finished chemical engineering in Mapua
Nice.
Wow.
in
Uh-huh.
2003, and then
Okay.
I shifted to education in 2007.
Okay. Nice.
Um, yeah, I have no experience in ESL teaching,
Mhm.
but
Mm-hmm.
my background in formal schools probably attracted the owners to hire me. So
Yes. Okay. Well, I think ESL teaching, we can say that it's not totally different from, the traditional way that we learn in the Philippines. It's just that we focus on one student, which
hmm
means you have more time to manage. You can personalize your classes. You can, but it's not always one on one. There are uh, cases wherein we teach group classes, but maximum four in ICANN we do that. But it depends. But for now, I'm gonna like share with you the background of ICANN just so you have an idea about our company. Um, well, ICANN started in 2006, if I'm not mistaken. 2006, yes. It was owned by another Korean, which is no longer with us, and Mr. Bruce took over like a few years later. So in Ortigas, ICANN is one of the most how do I say most we can always claim to be number one, but one of the most popular among Koreans. We always get a lot of how to say, like students. We always get a lot of inquiries from students, and we can accommodate all of them. So the thing is, there's always a list of people wanting to, of students wanting to be enrolled. So that's how popular ICAN is. But because of the pandemic, we were forced to close down for 3 years, and we are not able to conduct any operation for that long. But we are doing online classes, so we still have students who are doing their classes online. And we still have teachers. It's just that they are not technically employed in ICAN that you know right now. It's like a sister company, still ICAN, but it's based in Korea. It's based here. So yeah, it's we're still operating. So technically, we've been operating since 2006. But for our face-to-face classes, like the classes that will be conducted there in that office, we are planning to do it as early as next month. Okay. Um, yeah. So we did not let go of the office, but a long time ago, the space was actually bigger than you probably seen a door there that has an empty space. Like before you enter this room,
Mm-hmm.
have you seen it?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that was part of our like operations a
Yes.
long time ago. But yeah, we are not gonna use it for now. So we're gonna start small. The thing is, and then we would like to.
Oh,
We're actually changing our curriculum. We are focusing more on like science-based classes. I mean, science-based topics. We're not gonna
Mm-hmm.
teach science. Well, technically, we are still ESL teachers, but it's just that we are putting a heavier weight on the science topics. So what I mean is, our topics can be, let's say, normally if you teach English, we tend to give them materials that they can read, and these materials are what literature or let's say just typical, you know, things that ESL English teachers would teach your students, but we're trying to be more inclined into the science part. So it means the topics, instead of asking them to read, let's say, a story, we're gonna ask them to read, let's say, terraforming. You know, like how we can convert Mars into a livable, habitable planet. So those things, you know. So that's why it's important for us to have. It doesn't have to be like strong background in science, but if you have little background in that, yeah, that's really going to help because you can share your knowledge to your students. Okay, and then we have curriculum, which we will, we will actually learn them as we train. Um, so I'm gonna show you something. Let me see. I will We will have a checklist, okay? Can you see my screen?
Yes.
You can
yes.
see it, right? Okay. So, we actually have a checklist. This is our training checklist. So, for about 1 to 2 weeks, we'll try to not everything though. We'll try to learn not everything, but those things that will be related to what you're gonna do. Okay. So, for example, um, for teacher Jetro, we're gonna do, of course, all the things that are here for the orientation.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna talk about the company policies, the class rules, reports, and stuff. We also have what we call ICAN notebook, handbooks, and the space edu space learning. So this is what I was talking about earlier. Okay, and then meta space training. Yeah, we are actually in the meta space right now. This metaverse that you see right here. This is the virtual icon, which is actually very useful for our online classes. And then for the ESL department, we would have to figure out which you need to learn. So there are different categories that as a teacher can master or focus on. It could be reading to writing, storytelling, um, public speech, like speaking, and then there are also special courses. So we have TOEFL, media classes, science, social community, math, and then this is the space curriculum. This is what we're trying to, um, you know, make as a norm in the academy. We would want our teachers to probably incorporate the following. But anyway, for now we're gonna focus on this. So there's actually a lot to learn, and yeah. So let's. We still have like I just want to ask like today, since today's your first day, like how what is your impression? Like what is your expectations? Maybe what are your
Um,
expectations? Yeah.
expectations.
Mm,
I'll go first.
okay.
Yeah. Okay,
Yes,
teacher,
please.
go.
So my expectations here,
Mm-hmm.
start teaching the students is that we
Mm-hmm.
will not only just to simply teach the students, but we have to learn more of the curriculum itself. So as we teach our students, we will learn as well at the same time.
Yes, that's
So
true.
yeah, every day there's always an improvement there should that should be working that there should be that there should be working on to improve our thinking strategies and so on and so forth, like immersing ourselves on a certain subject, and
Mm-hmm.
at the same time we have to deeply study the curriculum in an organized manner.
Mm, okay, that's
Like
right.
we have to really study deeply. By teaching the students, we are researching ourselves on how we can improve the classroom setting.
Yes.
Okay, that's well said. Yes, that's right. What about you, teacher Nori? What are your expectations?
Well, not not that much. It's just that
Mm-hmm.
I am used to learning with my students, so I do expect to still do that here.
Mm-hmm.
Um, study more than what I am imparting with them,
Hmm.
so that I would be able to explain more than what they have to learn.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes,
I agree.
exactly. So, yeah. So since both of you have experience in teaching, I'm pretty sure that it won't be that difficult for you. Maybe the only difference that we offer is that maybe the curriculum itself, but teaching wise, yeah, we have guidelines that can help you execute the class, the execute the materials and the curriculum itself. So yes, okay. So let's see. Maybe the first thing I'll do is I'll introduce ICAN by us watching a video. Wait a minute, I'll just find that video. Okay. So okay.
Can you read Korean po? No? Mm,
Go po.
I, mabagal lang.
Okay.
Okay, so
Ah, then,
this is the official YouTube channel of ICAN. We actually have, oh, we can't find it, but we have hundreds of videos here. But what I'm gonna show you is like an introduction to what used to be ICAN. So probably the same thing. It's just that there are things that we can.
나랑 밥 먹을래?
Can you
영어
hear the
배울래?
audio?
나랑 중국어 배울래? 일본어
No.
배울래? 나랑 스페인어 배울래?
Can you
프랑스어
hear it?
배울래?
No.
no.
No, no, there's no audio.
Wait.
Okay, I don't know how. We can wait a minute.
Oh, no worries.
Yeah, because this is metaverse. It's not Zoom.
Oh,
Zoom
Sir
usually.
Edward, I have
Mm.
a question. I'm sorry.
Yes, go ahead.
Since when did you stayed in Korea?
Ah, so actually, it's quite complicated, but I arrived mm, May, like May 15, but I had to go back to the Philippines after a month because
Mm,
I was supposed to be enrolled in the first semester, but the problem was I entered Korea late, so I had to go back because that's the rule. Like you cannot stay here if you're not doing classes. So I returned August. Am I right? Yeah, I
okay.
returned August just in time for the next semester. So I'm doing the first semester here in Korea. So yeah, so I'm pretty new here, you know, and
Mm,
this can actually be an opportunity for you guys if you want to also live here and study here. There's a lot of opportunity, and ICAN can help you with that. Like
oh
Sir
yeah,
Bruce can
I
help.
would love
Yeah,
because I've been
definitely.
studying Korean for a long time.
You know how to speak Korean, teacher?
조금 한국말로 적응해요.
Actually, maybe you're actually better than
A
me
little
because
bit.
I cannot really speak it that well.
Oh really?
Yeah, but
진짜요?
I'm enrolled in some classes, but it's really hard to
All right.
practice because my classes are in English. So
Oh,
Mm,
yeah, but probably next semester I would be taking Korean classes. So. Wait, I don't think.
that'll be
How
good.
do we do this? The audio. Mm, I don't know how I'm gonna let you hear it, but maybe what I can do is I can. Okay, this is something that I didn't know it doesn't have. Like, I mean, Gather doesn't have this. Okay, I'm gonna send the message and kindly. Do you have access to the mouse? The
access the mouse.
yeah mouse.
We
Yes.
can.
Can you click on the link that I sent? Maybe let's just do it this way,
Oh,
Ayun eh.
and then you should be.
Nalipat ka po.
Huh? Oh yeah. Okay.
where should I click again? Oh, here.
Ah, di, balik ka po dun sa screen natin. Yan po.
Hang on.
Ayan.
Oh, is this map? No, no.
Wait lang.
Where should we go again, Sir Edward?
May inano siya eh.
I sent the
May sinend siya
message,
na link.
so you have to go back to our metaverse, and then there's a chat box there, and you just have to click it.
Mo lang yan.
Okay, I'll send
Oh,
it
yan.
again.
Yes. Got it. Got it.
Yeah,
I see the message.
and then click on the link, and then watch the clip for. It's just about 3 minutes, so
Copy. Thank you.
okay. Let me know once you're done. Actually, I can probably I'll hear it. So
All right. Let's start over. Hang on. Can you hear it?
Hmm.
No audio, but let me check the setting. Ah, able, and by. No, we cannot hear it.
can't hear
I'm
it.
not sure what to do.
Um.
No, there's no audio, sir.
Okay. Let's see.
Let me
Can you
try.
share your screen? Like, you know what I did earlier, right? Can you do that? Can you go back to Metaverse?
Ayun, tabs.
And then you can see this. There's like
Which one?
No,
a
ayun.
monitor icon right here. Can you click on that?
Huh? Monitor icon. Hang on.
Okay.
Balik ka din
Can
sa
I,
Meta. Sa Meta, yung kanina.
Wait, not wait lang po. Uh, oh, hang on, Sir Edward. I
It's okay.
really don't know what to do.
So where did you get the? Where did you click the link earlier? It's the same page. But you don't.
Okay,
Okay, so
hang
go
on.
go back to Metaverse. Are you? Where are you now? On Metaverse?
I'm still on the. Ito po. I can. Oh, okay.
Okay,
I see it now. Hang on.
and then click on
Um,
share screen. Ito yung ano yung may monitor icon.
Yung share.
this one?
Mm-mm.
But it's on the screen. This one. Share.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it that? Okay, okay, okay.
You just allow it. Okay, all right. So what I want you to you're using Chrome. So can you go back to the tab, like the
Tab, yung sa tab.
sa taas? Yeah. Yep. And
Can you see
then
it, Sir Edward?
okay. So when you play it, there's no audio.
No.
Wala po.
Okay. Wait, let me check. Is there an audio? Oh yeah, there is. I checked the video itself. I wonder why. What's wrong?
Really sure. Should I call Sir Bruce for
Uh,
this one?
wait. Let's troubleshoot. It has something to do with the speaker. So, you see, upper right, there's an icon that has a yellow orange dot. Yeah,
Yes.
click on that, please.
Copy.
And then you can see there's like, can you read Hangul?
Yes. Suon Sundu. Sundu. It's
Yeah,
right
yeah,
in
that
Max.
that one, that one. Can you click on that? Like
Yep.
the arrow
It's right
key,
in
the arrow key.
Got it.
Yeah, click on the
Hang
arrow
on.
key. And then
TV.
TV. Is it in TV?
okay, like can
Should
you
we put it
try
on TV?
if it's gonna work? Can you hear me?
Copy.
Yes.
Yes, we can still.
Okay, can you play the video?
We can.
Yes.
Okay.
There's audio.
All right. So please enjoy the 3-minute video.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sasa, and welcome to ICAN Academy. What exactly happens in an academy like ICAN? Let's take a look. Now, we are here at ICAN's office. Here, you will meet friendly staff that are happy to help you with all your inquiries. Oh, this is our book corner, where you can find the books you use for the courses offers, namely ESL, TOEFL, IELTS, SAT, and SET. When we need to look something different, we can hear it at the video. Do you want to be an effective public speaker? It also offers speech classes that can help you be qualified to deliver TED Talks. ICAN Academy also offers online classes. This is where you can find teachers conduct your online classes to students who are back to read. Are you interested in coding and animation? ICAN offers multimedia courses that can help you create your own animation. Do you want to relax and read books chill as ICAN's book. ICAN Academy is not just an academy that will help you acquire new or improve existing skills. It's a family that helps each other for everyone's overall development. You're looking forward to a fruitful relationship with
Okay.
Okay.
So you
Got it.
may, yeah, stop the video now. All right. Thank you. All right. So that was I can probably 4 years ago. A lot of things have changed, and a lot of things will change. So the thing is, we are in the process of this. We're actually starting from scratch, and as you notice, there's no other employees aside from, I mean, no other teachers aside from the two of you, which means you will become the pioneer. All right. The
Okay.
Okay.
thing is, since we downsized in terms of area, okay, we are trying to um, like have a different approach on how we would run the company. So it's good that you guys are the first people because it means, you know, there's actually perks of as a pioneer, right? We probably know. I mean, we probably have an idea, but yeah, being a pioneer in a company is actually beneficial because it opens a lot of opportunities for you, like promotion and stuff like that. So those things. So yeah, there are no other employees aside from the two of you. I mean, as teachers, and we are gonna update the the video soon. Maybe next year we'll try to update that video. But it the one upon watching the video, you would have an understanding of maybe the environment that we used to have, and probably the same thing will apply. It's just that the area itself is totally different now. There are things that are no longer there, like the the media room. We don't have that anymore. The library will be gone because, like what I said, um, we are starting from scratch and we're starting small. Okay, we actually have a lot of students who want to study with us. It's just that we can't accommodate them yet. We're trying to have a different approach, and we can only do that by starting, small steps at a time. Okay, one small step before we can change everything completely. Because as of the moment, it's really difficult to just start with the change applied, and it's gonna be a challenge for all of us. So yeah, that's why. Okay, now that you've seen the video, oh wait, I need to share my. So what do you think? What do you guys think about the video? Like, what do you think? Uh, what is your impression of ICANN at least 4 years ago?
Mm, it's a fun environment
Mm-hmm.
that the the teachers can also learn on how to improve their classes by offering like basic classes like animations
That's right.
from what I've saw in the video.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, if there is like that kind of classes, I would love to learn more and push my limits to improve my productivity, which is very important to all teachers.
Exactly. That's right. Teacher Nori, anything you want to add to that?
Well, the video showed that it's kind of dynamic and
Mm-hmm.
interactive.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So
And to
and
think, uh-huh.
it's not only for the students to learn. It's also a place where the teachers can learn and
Okay.
improve themselves.
Yes.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, that's what makes us different from other academies because we try to adapt to the changes in technology. Like, um, I'm not sure anymore about other academies in Ortigas, but they tend to stick to the traditional way of teaching. Like, they use the same book that they've been using for 10 years. They use the same methods, and well, they can be helpful, but times are changing, and we are nowadays we are incorporating technology to the classes. We are trying to use AI based tools that can help both the teacher and the students to improve. And yeah, we are trying to be, how do I say, like we're trying to innovate. That's basically what we are trying to do right here. Instead of like sticking to what we know, we are changing the way that we know in order for everyone to be prepared in the future. Because yeah, the future. I don't know about if you have guys an idea, but at first I was a bit skeptic about when I hear about AI and what like robots taking over the jobs, stuff like that, right? But you know what? It's actually happening now in Korea as I've been living here for about like let's say 3 months now. I started to see
Mhm.
how they incorporate automation in everything that they do. There are shops, like for example, a whole McDonald's, let's say in the Philippines, a whole store has about how many employees do you think? 5 to 10 maybe, depending on the shift at the same time, right?
Yes.
But here, you would
Mhm.
actually see a busy afternoon wherein there's only 3 to 4 employees, McDonald's. Because first of all, they don't have cashiers anymore. At least the person cashier. Everything is done electronically. Well, I think McDonald's in the Philippines, it's actually doing that already. They're transitioning to it. But here, you can actually go to a store wherein there's nobody inside. I mean, there's no staff inside. It's just you and a terminal, and then you just grab whatever you want to buy, and then you scan it yourself, and then you pay for it, and then you just go. You know, so those things are becoming. And how do they ensure that they're not gonna be like people will not steal from them? The thing is, they incorporate technology. They like from the very moment that you enter the store, they've already gotten your information. They already know who you are, so you cannot really because the door will not open unless you like enter your card there, something like that. Stores like that. I mean, things like that happen here. So, and then what else? You would notice also, well, self-driving cars are also happening around the world.
Yes. That's
Tesla,
true.
yeah, they are available here. Those cars. Yeah, so pretty much everything here is becoming like more advanced than what we know in the Philippines, and it's just a matter of time before these things can be incorporated in our daily lives. So, and even our jobs actually can be replaced by AIs in the future. They are already developing because I'm studying AI. Just to give you an idea, I'm studying in deep learning and stuff like that, and um, the way that AI is being developed, it's not like I'll discover something maybe next year hopefully. It's not in that sense. It's like they already know what they're doing and they are just working hard to improve it. So yeah, it's just a matter of time. uh, AI has a lot of models and architectures that are becoming more human, and like what I'm saying, it's gonna be uh, it's going to affect everyone, maybe for the better or for some people because they can lose their jobs. Okay, honestly, I'm not saying totally that AI will replace our jobs. Maybe it will take about 50 more years before that totally happens. But there's something that we can do to, you know, to so that we can work with the AI. And academies are already, or maybe some schools are already incorporating the technology to their classes. And if you're not equipped with that, how can you present yourself as someone competitive, right? How can you sell yourself as a teacher when you have no idea what those things are? So that's why ICAN is gonna we're gonna do that now. We're not gonna wait for the trend to happen in the Philippines. We're gonna start with the trend and apply it. So yeah, so those things. Okay, so yeah, that's why this camp. I mean, you're currently hired for the camp, right? You know camp.
Okay.
Camp is like
Uh,
the surge of students per season. So it's not all year we have students. So they often come winter season and summer season, and you're hired for the camp. And like the reason why we are not yet hiring our online teachers, the tenured ones. The reason is because we wanna start from scratch, and we wanna present ICANN in a different manner this time. It's like a different project, if you may think that way. Like it's a different project, so we're gonna scrap everything that we know, and then yeah, as pioneers, you have also the potential to share your knowledge as people who have background in science and stuff. So okay, but anyway, yeah. So let's talk about the policies maybe. Okay, let me see what we have here. Mm, okay, let's just. Okay, this is pretty old, but I think it needs an update. Last time it was updated was 2019, so this was before the pandemic happened. So I'm pretty sure it's still updated. So let's just have you know um, a run through of all the rules and regulations, the policies. Okay, let's see. Let's start with what's this? Okay, so everyone is. Mhm, wait, hold on a second. Yeah, so pretty standard. Discrimination is not something that we tolerate. So equality and okay, I think we just have to go through the offenses maybe. So we have what we call minor offense, and if you see right here, it's the unintentional acts or unwilling acts of negligence, oversight, or mistake that can be corrected immediately. Okay, so minor offense. Can you give an example what you think a minor offense is, Teacher Nori?
mm, minor.
Like it's not intentional, or.
Coming in late would
Could
be.
be, yeah. Or maybe you forgot to, let's say, like give homework or return an item, or like those
Yeah.
things. It's not really that serious. But we also have major offense, acts that are
Mm-hmm.
caused by carelessness or disregard, probably deliberately, right? So those things that can cause damage or loss to the company. Okay, so those things. Teacher Jethro, what is an example that you can think of when we say it's a major offense?
Mm, let's say you've been disrespecting a person in this company. Let's put
Mm-hmm.
it that way.
Okay, that's right. And then the third level is what we call. Is that the third one? Yeah, it's the third level. Is
Great.
grave offense. Okay, it could be what sexual abuse maybe, or what else? Something that is grave. Well, I'm pretty sure you have an idea, right? So here are examples. Maybe it has something to do with your uh, salary, okay, or being dishonest about the information that you provide, or those things, okay. But anyway, I'm pretty sure you have an idea. All right. The hierarchy of penalties. First, we have verbal warning, followed by written warning, and then finally with warning, suspension, termination. But it depends. Like for example, if you've done something that's grave, we don't do verbal warning for that. I think I think it's explained here. Yeah, but anyway, we'll okay. Probably we'll get to that later. So let's go first with the attendance. May I know where you guys live? Like I know teacher Jethro live in Quezon City. What about teacher Nori?
I live in Taguig,
Taguig.
Taguig City.
Okay, so how far
Yes.
does it take for you guys to be here? Yeah, how far?
Well, I think my area is about 5 kilometers away from DGC,
Okay.
further south.
Mm,
Mm,
Yeah.
okay. How many hours does it take you though to get to office?
Well, when for today, I left home at around before 6:30, and I
Mm,
arrived here at 7:30. I stayed outside, so I stayed in the mini park there for about an hour.
okay.
Yeah.
very
But
early.
I was told that if I leave at around 7, I would probably come here at around 9:30. So
Mm.
that that's choose to stay. Yes. Leave early.
Okay, what about you, teacher Jethro? I it usually takes me an hour, but that's with the motorcycle. I don't like
MRT.
MRT or carousel.
Mm.
carousel. Yeah, is it better now? Is carousel better now than the MRT?
It's better and currently it's free until December 31 of 2022. But the problem is there's so many people
Yeah.
Yeah,
who's running the carousel right now.
that's right.
Because
Oh
it's
yeah.
free.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But the good thing about carousel is it's so fast that we're like the boss
Yeah.
of EDSA.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Okay, I hope I guess that's gonna okay. So we're gonna talk about attendance. All right. So
Hmm.
timekeeping. Actually, I haven't reviewed this in a while, so I'm sorry. Like we're gonna go through this together the first time because it's been a while since I. We don't have HR yet, but eventually the HR will probably explain this. But yeah, okay. Anyway, let's go with the timekeeping. We don't have head teacher as of the moment. Okay, so let's see. But eventually, we're starting small, like what I said. So I'm like you're the pioneer. So congratulations to you guys.
Thank you.
Okay, let's
Great
see.
to hear.
I guess this is something that we need to review for now, but this because this was during the full time, the full operations of ICAN in the past. So we would have to probably discuss this with Miss Gemma and Mr. Bruce as everything has changed now. I mean, like the situation in the Philippines has changed. So yeah, I think I have to confirm if this is still applicable. Yeah, even this. Okay, everything. Okay, even that. Yeah, even this. So yeah, I would have to clarify if this still applies. Okay, and then yeah, even this. Have you signed the contract? Not yet.
Not
Not
yet.
yet.
Ah, okay. All right then. So I guess we don't need to talk about that yet. So okay, but these things will definitely apply regardless. It's pretty standard. Like we know that we're not supposed to bring any firearms, right? We know that we're not
Yes.
supposed to be drunk, and we're not
Yeah.
supposed to
Yes.
be smoking. So yeah, and drugs, of course, no. Um, Random testing. I think this happens during the annual physical exam. I think that's every November or December. But it depends on the city hall if they will require employees to take this. But as far as I remember, yeah, they required the employees before to do that. So and then what else? Okay, mental health services, healthy lifestyle. Okay, pretty standard. I mean, okay, sexual harassment. This is something that doesn't really happen. So maybe maybe we don't know, right, for sure. But of course, you have an idea of what to do as adults if someone is harassing you whether, let's say, verbally, especially physically, you have to report it. Maybe to Miss Gemma, you can ask for a private time with her and then discuss the things that happen, and then yeah, we'll see what we can do based on the policies that we have. Okay, but you need to let us know as soon as possible. Okay, because I noticed that in the past, not necessarily or not specifically sexual harassment, but there were issues. Wait, there are issues that the teachers try to keep to themselves, and when it has escalated to the point that it's damaging them or the company itself, that's the time that they will let us know, and it's a bit too late for that. So, any minor thing that can become bigger, like any sort of harassment, not just sexual harassment, you need to let us know, okay? Because we are trying to have an environment that is open, and we want everyone to have, the freedom to work in a safe environment. So yeah, so if ever there's anything, like anything at all that you want us to know, you have to let us know, okay? That be okay?
Yes.
Yeah, it's really important because we want to avoid, there's a term for that. They have a term for it, like like some sort of like corruption, or I forgot the exact term, but yeah, when one employee is showing negative what attitude toward work, and then the other workmates, the other the coworkers would follow suit, and then it becomes the culture of the entire company. And this is something that we want to avoid, because once you're corrupted with negative thoughts, and it can affect you, not just at work, also at home, and then everywhere you go. And we want to have a light and what happy environment. So as pioneers, we would want you guys to be the source of sunshine, since probably the next employees we will have will look up to you guys and would consider you as their seniors. Okay, so yeah, we are expecting you know a lot from you in terms of how uh, you would present the company. Okay. All right. Let's see what else. We're not gonna go through that. Okay. Let's talk about calamities. Of course, if we are um, in a storm signal that we're not allowed to go to work by the government, like it happens, right? If it's too strong, the typhoon and stuff, we don't have work. We don't need to go to work, but there are official channels for us to announce those things. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. This one I will have to clarify this. No work, no pay rule, because this applies to. It depends on your contract. Okay, so business continuity. Okay. Yeah. So like what I was saying, the decision to suspend will be the responsibility of the director. Okay. But of course, we need to check with the government. Okay. Because your safety is our priority. And then
Okay.
this one, like what I was saying earlier, open door policy. You have to be transparent, and you have to be able to communicate with us. Um, Even if, let's say, I'm the person who's harassing you, even if that's the case, then you need to tell someone who's higher, probably Sir Bruce. Okay. And for example, Miss Gemma, you can tell Sir Bruce, you can tell me, or if I'm harassing you, you can tell Miss Gemma. So we don't tolerate, like how do you say that in Filipino culture, like palakasan, or
Uh-huh.
is that right? Palakasan, or basta yung ganon, yung when people are too afraid to speak because they know that everyone's there, I mean, against them. So
Mm.
Personally, I don't want that. I've been with different companies, and this is something that I observed that if there's some sort of fear among the employees because oh this person is so close to the management, I cannot really speak up. So this is going to be a problem, and I want to eliminate that. Okay, I want you guys to be able to communicate to be able to communicate your thoughts, and if ever there's anything that's too hard or too how to say like you're uncomfortable with, we need to fix it immediately. Okay, let's not wait for it to escalate. Okay, so yeah, even before this is something that we want to. Okay, let's see. Mm, probably HR will discuss policies and stuff. All right. Uh-huh. HR responsibility. So, since we don't have HR yet, everything that you need to know or questions you can ask me, Miss Gemma or Sir Bruce. Okay?
Okay.
Oh yeah, this is what I was talking about. So for minor offenses, if it's the first one, we issue a verbal warning. Okay? And so on until the fifth. So if it's the fifth time you've done it, probably it's already not accidental anymore. It's probably deliberate. So you would have to go with termination. For major offenses, we don't issue verbal warning for that, but we do issue written warning right away. And if it's a grave offense, final written warning and then suspension and termination. Okay.
Okay.
Ah,
So honestly, we have not issued something like this in the past. So, but just in case. Okay. All right. Let's see. Offenses. Let's talk about the offenses. What are yeah? You have questions, teacher Jethro?
None.
No questions. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Section one. Okay. So the offenses. Okay. The first one is commission of a crime or offense by the employee against the person of his or her employer or any immediate supervisor. So what crimes are we talking about? Um, Probably all the crimes that we know that are harmful, like hurting someone, maybe, yeah, physical injury, or stealing from someone, or verbally attacking them, stuff like that. Okay, inflicting injury or any uh, on any employee or person. This is a major offense. What? Why? I'm sorry. I'm still also asking like, why is this a major offense? It should be grave, but maybe it depends on the, the level of injury, if it's intentional or not. Maybe
Okay.
threat, intimidation, coercion. These things are major offense. Okay, fighting or engaging in with even outside the company premises. So maybe like downstairs, like Ortigas area. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so hopefully you won't be fighting with somebody. Provoking a fight. Okay. Minor offense. So if you notice, why are these things here? Like, is this something that really happens? The thing is, yes. Um, how do I say? I don't know if it's a Filipino thing, but it's normal in a Filipino company to have like chismisan, inggitan, di ba? You agree?
Yes.
So
Yes.
So we have to make it clear that, you know, you have to be respectful of anyone because this is an offense already. And we can't help it. Like, Filipinos are naturally like this. I mean, I'm not saying that it's always happening. It's just that these things happen. And we know it, diba? We know it
mhm.
as Filipinos. We know na, uh, I don't know if you've ever experienced, but, you know, nangyayari talaga siya na we are experiencing people who are a little off the radar or a little how do I say that like not nice. Okay, I think that's the simplest way to say it, not nice. So Yeah. But if ever before these things happen, you have to let us know. Okay. If you have like if you're sensing that this person is not being nice to you in or being sarcastic or anything like that, you gotta let us know. Okay. What else? Fighting, telling offensive remarks. Yes, of course, because we are teachers, we're supposed to be presenting ourselves as leaders or role models, right? So if they can see that the teachers are, if the students can see that they're fighting, then you know what what does it say about us as Filipinos or as teachers or as as an employee as a company? So those things. Um, Maybe later we're gonna talk about Korean culture just to give you an idea. Uh, yeah, but anyway, let's do this now. Offenses against property. Okay, you notice why this is highlighted? Um, Theft. The thing is, there were instances that company property were stolen. Company, how do you say, like, what property was that? I'm not sure exactly what that, but I think it's a computer, laptop, was stolen
Oh.
by an employee in the past. That was long time ago. So that's why this is highlighted.
All
And
right.
it's common sense, of course. Why would you steal something that's not yours? Yeah, I
Yes.
mean, but anyway, this one, stuff of funds. Well, probably unless you're working with, the company's money, then it's not gonna be that big of a problem because you're not holding, I mean, in charge of money. So I guess we're okay with that. Obtaining supplies, materials. Probably this applies to the admin. Okay, let's just skip those things. Yeah. Uh, while working, you will be given access to, or you might. There are instances that you might need some devices from, let's say, for recording or for, let's say, for research. Um, Normally in a classroom there is a computer. We actually provide your own computer so that you can work on the reports and stuff. And then there are times that you need to record something. For I mean, like you can borrow a camera or you can borrow a microphone. But yeah, so there's a log that you need to fill out before you borrow it. Okay, so that we can track where it is. And then destruction. Yeah, pretty much self-explanatory. Like you don't destroy things that you don't own, right? That's
Yes.
okay. Anyway, let's just move on. Company interest and policy. Okay, let's see. This one. Uh, if you're, I think this is pretty. How to say like it's the norm in everything that we do as adults. Like you don't give fake documents, right?
Mhm.
That's it. Let's see. And mm, kickback. So I think this applies to the admin. Let's see, giving a company ID. Identification material and accounting. Okay. This one. Section 7 probably applies to all of us. Loitering, wasting time, leaving place of work during working hours without permission from the supervisor. Okay. So uh, this is how the classes go. Every hour, you actually have a 10-minute break. So let's say you have class. A typical class has 2 hours. Okay, that's one class. So one class has 2 hours, and in between there's a total of 20 minutes of break. So the thing is, we're only working for 50 minutes with the student, and the other 10 minute, it can be bio break. You can go to the toilet or you can buy food, but it can be used for preparation for your next class, right? You can use it to what to print materials. You can use it to update the grades of the student and so on. So uh, this is highlighted because some teachers they actually leave without letting us know, and by the time that we are looking for them we can't find them, and there were instances that they would go to the salon to have their hair done, like during that break. So those were the problematic times. But yes, that's why it's highlighted here because you need to remember that even though you don't have a class, you're still within your working period, right? So technically, you're still paid, and if ever you need to do something important, you have to let us know so that everything is coordinated. Okay. What
Okay.
else? Let's see. This one, as you notice, most of the things that are highlighted are the things that have happened. Okay. So sleeping during class time while on duty. Like this is what common sense. This is something that you shouldn't do if you're teaching a student, but unfortunately, it has happened. There was a teacher who, for some reason, fell asleep during class. I mean, I don't want to judge you on what you do during your free time, like before you go to work. I don't know what he did, but to sleep during the class, that's not acceptable, right? I appreciate the
Yes.
teacher going to work still, even though we don't know the problem, but it's just that maybe there's something that you can do about it. Like maybe drink coffee or, I don't know, wash your face. But yes, being sleepy is not a crime. It happens to all of us. But um, when you're doing something that you're really focused on, you don't get sleepy with that. I mean, if you're reporting, like when you're talking in front of a class, lots of people looking at you, do you feel like sleeping during that time? Because I don't feel
No.
that way, right? Because you know that everyone's looking at you. And then what else? If you're yeah, anyway, I don't need to give examples. I'm pretty sure you understand me. So yeah. So maybe um, you can do that during the 10-minute break if you really cannot take it anymore. You can take a quick nap, but not during the class because the student is like staring at the teacher while teacher's sleeping, and then yeah, it's a problem, right? Okay, let's see what else. Yeah, as you know, you already know that you cannot go to work drunk. Okay. All right. Now, offenses against administration. Let's see. Um, if you've been late for 3 consecutive times or 10 instances combined in a total of 120 minutes, this is already a minor offense. So how does it work? Like, even though you're late for only a minute, but if it has happened 3 times already, that's already a minor offense. Okay. Now, what if within the month you've been late for 10 times, even though they're not really consecutive? Okay, it's still a minor offense, regardless of uh, like the time. For as long as you're late, you are late. Okay, and then if you've been late for a total of 120 minutes, then it's already a minor offense. Okay, so let's say today you've been late for 2 hours. That's 120 minutes, right? Then it means you cannot afford to be late anymore because you've already used up your it's already an offense, so it means we have to move on to the second offense after that. Okay, is this clear?
Yes.
All right. Okay, over break. Um. Okay, more than 15 minutes. I don't know how this applies because we have 10-minute break every hour, so it's for snack breaks. I think it's talking about that 10-minute break. Like sometimes teachers go beyond the 10-minute break and they have students waiting, or maybe if you don't have a student. I think this applies if you don't have a student, and then you would want to have a break and you would go out longer than 15 minutes. I think that applies to that. But if you have class, it's really not a good idea to go out anymore because the elevator will first of all eat up your time. So if you wanna grab some snacks, you better do it before you go to work or during your lunch break. You can buy some snacks. Okay. Absence without official leave. It's just a major offense, of course. This one is also a problem. Biometrics, because even though we have ways of knowing if you've come in late or not, it's still best if you use the biometrics. So please do not forget to use it. Um, Sooner or later, you will be registered to the biometrics, and the moment you got in office, please don't forget it. And then let's see. Other things are not really that of a serious offense, but this one, okay. This is under insubordination. This is refusing to accept job assignments within job description without justifiable reason. Now, why is this highlighted? Because it has happened before. Like, for example, if let's say Miss Gemma is gonna ask you to clean the toilet, of course you would not do it, right? Because it's not part of your job description. So there's no problem. There's no problem with that. You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to clean the toilet. But if you're given a class, let's say, a teacher, you have class in the tomorrow, like for 2 hours, like this. If you will refuse that, then it's gonna be an offense. Because why would you refuse it, right? It's within your job description, and then your reason is because some reasons can be justifiable, such as um, what are those things? Like this, the student doesn't like me, or there's a complaint that the mom complained about me and they don't want me anymore. Well, anyway, it's not you who would know that, it's the management. But just in case, well, of course, we cannot match you with that student anymore, so we'd have to give you to another student. But yeah, the thing is, there are justifiable reasons why you cannot handle a student. But just because I don't like this student I don't like, because I think the student is very noisy, or the student is very rude. You know, we are handling children. Children can be rude at times. So if they can be rude, you also have to report it. You have to let us know. Because normally, based on experience, um, if the parents of the students or the management, if they know about what the student is doing, they become um, more conscious about what they do. But if you will not do anything about it, you will not report it. Like no Korean parent or no Korean boss would talk to them about it, then nothing will change. Even if you force them to change, it will not. There has to be some sort of guidance from the Koreans, and most of the time it helps. Okay, but if really not, then you need to just let us know, like anything at all. Like is if the student, let's say, is being rude to you, like the very moment it happens, or maybe after the class, you need to report it, and then the management would talk to the student about it. And if it happens again, then you still have to report. So don't get tired of reporting those things, okay? Because it can, like what I said earlier, it can become a problem if we will keep our mouth shut. Like nothing will change, right? And it leads to what? Like the teacher becoming stressed because the student, I don't want this student anymore. The student is like this, like that, okay? And we just need to let the student know what they're doing is wrong, and from that point, things can improve. Okay. So yeah, is this clear? Section one.
Yes.
Clear.
Clear. Okay. Let's see what
All right.
else. Yeah, pretty standard. I'm pretty sure that you already know the things that are wrong and right. Okay, so we're just gonna focus on the things that need some clarification. Okay, things that need some clarification, such as the things that are highlighted here. So let's see. Handling administrative cases. I'll leave this to the HR. Okay, Philippine government company policies. Breastfeeding policy. Uh, okay, we're not gonna. Mm, yeah, this one also. It's just that there are things that we follow. Okay, when it comes to when it in when there are things that we follow in terms of handling like serious offenses cases. We need to follow the Philippine law and the procedures. Okay, but let's skip that. Let's see what else. Important stuff. Yeah. So maybe we can talk about uh, how we go about the offenses. Okay. So yeah, I already explained this earlier. Um, if my understanding is right, a verbal warning is just a verbal warning. You're just gonna be told like, teacher, you shouldn't do this again. But if it happened again, you'll be given a written warning. Okay, which in the form of a printed hard copy, a hard copy of the letter, followed by and if it happened again, there will be a final written warning. Um, there will be an admin hearing, probably with with your supervisor, with the head teacher or whoever's gonna be assigned to you, or the manager, and then the HR, you, or sometimes with the boss, and then we would have a meeting with the people involved. Okay, and then we would give some time for both parties to explain their side and what caused the problem. Or if it's just you, then they're just gonna ask you to explain why these things happen, and then we're gonna ask you to write like an explanation, or probably like what do you call it, like action plan, like how would you fix this problem in the future so that it won't happen again. So like typical stuff in the HR, or in the disciplinary part. Okay, what else? Okay, let's see. So this is for the students. We don't have to, but yeah, maybe we can get some important information here. Mm, yeah, so this is the period. This is a normal day at ICAN. Okay, so the first class happens at 8 to 8:50, followed by the second period. So this is the first class, all right? So if you're a full-time employee and you're working from 8 to 5, it means you can have four classes. So four students, and then four students, and then a total of 8 hours. But what makes us different here, but this doesn't always happen. Okay, it depends on the season. So if we're too busy, like everyone has class, of course you have to expect that you have classes the whole time. But if it's like peak season, it means, let's say, not everyone has classes. We would not, of course, give you full load. Okay, we would try to balance it so that probably you would have only two classes, and then the rest is just for training and development, and you know things that can help you improve. Um, but just to set expectations, if it's like peak season, normally, yeah, we are having full load. Like everyone's having classes. There were moments that even us, the admin, before we were handling classes. But yeah, it's pretty normal, but it doesn't last forever. It lasts for about a few weeks, and then we're gonna go back to our normal, you know, like without a lot of classes. So yeah, but it depends. Okay, like what I said, there were instances that teachers were given only three classes, and then there's uh, 1 2 hour period that's without classes, so that they can prepare well for the other classes. But like what I'm saying, there's no guarantee, but just to set expectations, we will try to balance everything. Okay. So
Okay.
yeah, but for now we don't have to worry about classes yet. We still don't have any, but we're not gonna like we'll try our best not to like shock you with the classes. So we still have like a month before the actual classes happen. So yeah, but it's important for you to have experience. So hopefully, if everything is okay, we'll be able to insert maybe one class in the next few weeks, so that you get to, you know, like get the feel of what a class looks like. And then yeah, 15 minutes and then 10 minutes, like what I explained earlier. Okay, let's see. Um, maybe yeah. This is the best time to talk about Korean culture, Korean students. But before we do those things, I'm gonna let you have a 10-minute break first. Okay. So you may have a CR break or drink water or whatever. Okay. So I'll see you later in like after 10 minutes. Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
But do you have
Got it.
questions before we?
None.
None.
not
Okay.
so far.
Okay. You can always ask me questions. But yeah, I'll see you in a bit. Okay.
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 Kamila. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Later. Yung water pa dito.
Eh, ano, hindi malamig.
Oh, it's lang. Ay, sampo. Sige po.